obviously not as athletic and smarter because I didn't try to jump up on the stage as he did. Because I thought I'd break my damn neck if I tried. You know, over the years, as I've talked to people and understood people were going to run for the board of dental examiners, told more than my share of them that I thought they were crazy to run. You probably told people who run for the board of dental examiners or decided whether they want to run or not. You got to be crazy to run for the board of dental examiners. In fact, when I walked into the room this afternoon, somebody said, "Man, you got to be crazy to run for the board of dental examiners." Now that we've established my degree of sanity, which must not be very good because I'm running for the board of dental examiners, I'd like to tell you why I'm interested in running for the board of dental examiners, why I need your vote, why I need your support. Last year, I stood before, we had a meeting of the reference committee, and not in this room, but the room over across the hall over here down the hall. And we took testimony about some things that were happening in the board of dental examiners and some of the people that were brought before the board. Those people helped me to understand that they felt like there was not a level playing field out there. Now, I can understand that. And I began to understand the depth of the need to level that playing field. After I did that, and after I began to understand that, I was proud of the special committee that was put together that really addressed some of the problems we've heard down here last year from many of you sitting in this room. That group, the special committee, when we came together the first meeting at the dental school in Birmingham, frankly, it was like sitting in a room full of rocking chairs with a bunch of long-tailed cats. It was a tense meeting. I think people that were on the special committee would all agree that was a pretty tense meeting. We didn't know where we were all coming from. We knew what some of our positions were, but I think we felt like there's no way in the world we can put this together with some of the things that have been said. Thankfully, we had men and women from those communities of interest that you heard talk about. Board of Dental Examiners, Alabama Dental Society, Academy of General Dentistry, Practicing Dentists of Alabama, and who had the common good more than anything else at the front of their minds. And they were willing to compromise, they were willing to look for the best solutions to many individual problems. So the special committee met in a series of meetings, and we finally began to come to consensus because we knew we needed to do that. It was best for our patients. It was best for our profession. We struggled to find common ground. And praise the Lord, we found common ground. And I was happy to see, I know all of you are happy to see, that those issues that were so contentious last year, we addressed many of those issues, if not all, addressed many of those. And we had some legislative bills that were approved this year by the Alabama legislature. So the divisiveness that had been before us for the last 2 or 3 years, to a large degree, although not totally, but to a large degree, were taken care of by the report of the special committee and by the recommendation of the special committee. While that process culminated in changes to the Dental Practice Act this year and internal changes to the board and through board rules, and I commend the Board of Dental Examiners for making those changes, for understanding the need for those changes. Those internal changes that the board is working with now are not entirely complete. I want to see and I want to be a part of making those internal changes complete by being one of the Board of Dental Examiners. I think I can do that. I think I can have something to bring to the board because of my background knowledge, things I've done with the ADA, things I understand about what's gone on in dentistry in Alabama that's divided us. Now that reason alone is enough for me to consider running for the Board of Dental Examiners. But there's another issue out there that I think is equally important that you and I are going to be faced with as we practice dentistry in Alabama very, very soon. You've heard allusions to that today by the word mid-level provider. It should be on the front part of your radar. And that's because the watershed set of circumstances is slowly moving toward Alabama. It's like the perfect storm. In the name of access to care, there are people who are seeking solutions to get more dental care out to people who are underserved and underserved areas. The dental payer industry is looking at this with hungry eyes. If you have a non-dentist sitting out there doing quotes, simple extractions. And please tell me what a simple extraction is. Or doing restorative procedures. The dental care industry would love that. And so why would they need us after they have someone doing the procedures, or a lot of procedures, or some of the procedures we do? Maria's correctly said in Minnesota, some of those things that the dental health therapists up there are doing are under the supervision of their dentists and are monitored closely. Do you honestly believe in your hearts that once that scope of practice is broached in Minnesota, and more important to us in Alabama, do you think that scope of practice will stay circumscribed like that? I don't think so. I think once the camel's nose is underneath the tent, all bets are off. And at that point, we better have a very, very strong board of dental examiners. One, each individual member of the board is willing to stand up under intense pressure from a lot of different places. The reason we got to do that is not just for our practices, it's for our patients. Because that means a two-tiered set of dental care. Meaning one tier up here, another tier down here underneath. And the very people who they want to serve, or they say they want to serve in the name of access to care, will get that low quality of dentistry, in my opinion. Now, I'm willing to stand up and take those difficult positions. I'm willing to stand up and protect our patients and protect our profession. But I can't do that without you and without your vote. You can vote early and often, as understood, but vote for me first. Thank you.